What a roller coaster of emotions for the New York Yankees and their fans. This game was not just another chapter in the rivalry with the Red Sox. It was a night that tested the nerves of everyone in the stadium and watching at home. The Yankees walked into a do-or-die situation, and when things looked shaky, when the Red Sox smelled blood, New York dug deep, found their identity, and forced a Game 3. This is exactly the kind of baseball that defines October, the kind of baseball that reminds you why this sport can take your heart and squeeze it for every last drop of adrenaline. The night began with plenty of tension. Carlos Rodon was on the mound, and there was this energy in the air that said he needed to deliver. He battled through 6 strong innings, but there were moments when it seemed like the game was slipping away. He made some tough pitches, some that nearly got away from him, but in the end, he kept the Yankees afloat. That 7th inning felt like it could have broken everything open for Boston, but once again, the defense and the timely composure of the Yankees held things together. Maybe he threw one pitch too many. Maybe Aaron Boone pushed him just a bit further than he should have, but Rodon's fight kept New York alive. Then came the bullpen, and that's where the story turned. Devin Williams came in, and what more can you say? The guy looked locked in. He attacked the strike zone, went right at hitters, and gave the Yankees exactly what they needed at that moment. He pitched with confidence, with fire, and in back-to-back nights he's shown that he is one of the arms you can absolutely trust when everything is on the line. When Bedard entered, he was flat-out nasty. His 9th inning was a statement. The Red Sox had no answer for him, and he closed the door with authority. But this game was not just about pitching. This game was about moments, about players stepping up when their team needed them the most. Jazz Chisholm at second base played like a man possessed. He turned what could have been ugly situations into momentum shifts for the Yankees. There was that play with Rodon's throw to first that easily could have cost the Yankees runs, but Jazz trapped the ball, controlled the situation, and kept the scoreboard from changing. That was huge. That's the kind of defensive awareness that doesn't always make the highlights, but it changes the entire complexion of a game. And then there was that double play. Jazz and Anthony Volpe turned it like clockwork, a crisp, smooth, absolutely clutch play that killed Boston's rally and gave the Yankees life. Plays like that matter more than the box score tells you. They are energy changers. They shift the vibe of the dugout. They remind everyone on the field that, no, this night is not over, not by a long shot. Offensively, the Yankees finally showed signs of the kind of team that can win in October. Timely hitting, aggressive base running, and guys coming through in the big moments. Ben Rice was a difference maker. He had that huge home run, the kind of swing that not only puts runs on the board but injects belief into everyone wearing pinstripes. This is a young player who has been proving all season that he belongs, and when he was given the chance tonight, he did not let it go to waste. His power, his speed, his ability to change the game in multiple ways, that is why fans were frustrated when he sat out in Game 1. Against a pitcher like Garrett Crochet, that decision looked questionable, and this game showed exactly why. And then Jazz again came through, not just with his glove, but with his legs. That base running in the 8th inning was fearless. He saw the opening, made the decision, and went for it. That single play gave the Yankees the lead and completely deflated Boston. Aggressive, smart base running is how you win tight playoff games, and Jazz showed the kind of instincts that separate good players from true game changers. Austin Wells also delivered when it mattered. That timely hit in the late innings set everything up, and without it, the story tonight would have been very different. Wells may not always grab the headlines like Judge or Stanton, but nights like this remind you that October heroes are not always the ones you expect. He stepped in and did the job when the team needed it most. Even Aaron Judge, who didn't launch the towering home run that everyone waits for, still contributed with a couple of hits that kept rallies alive. Those hits might not have been fireworks, but they were fuel. Trent Grisham, too, deserves credit for his work on the bases. His aggressive running, his ability to make something out of nothing, played a critical role in manufacturing runs. That's what the postseason demands. Guys who can find ways to create chaos and turn opportunities into runs. Alex Cora, on the other side, has to be questioning some of his decisions. He tried to manage the bullpen aggressively, thinking he could lock down the series in Game 2, but that gamble backfired. His relievers were burned out, his matchups didn't work, and the Yankees capitalized. That's the risk you take in October when you push all your chips in too early. Tonight, it cost him, and now his team has to play a winner-takes-all game in the Bronx. And speaking of tomorrow, how about Cam Schlittler? This is his moment, his chance to step onto the mound at Yankee Stadium with the season on the line and show that he belongs in the big stage conversation. Some people thought, well, Warren should have been given the ball, but Schlittler has the stuff, and he has been building toward this. His last outing against Baltimore, where he went 7 innings, was a sign of what he can do. Yes, the competition might not have been as tough, but 7 innings of quality pitching is 7 innings of quality pitching, and that confidence carries over. Tomorrow could be the night he cements his place in Yankee lore. The night he shows he can be a piece of this rotation moving forward alongside Garrett Cole and the next wave of talent rising from the farm system. The Yankees needed this one badly. Without it, the season was over and the Red Sox would have celebrated at Yankee Stadium. But instead, New York fought back, made the key plays, and gave themselves another chance. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't easy, but it was gritty, passionate, and exactly what Yankee baseball is supposed to be about. Heading into tomorrow, everything feels electric. The Yankees are carrying momentum, but there's no room for overconfidence, no room for a single lapse. Cam Schlittler on the mound gives them a chance to control the game from the start. This is the kind of outing that could define a young pitcher's career, the kind of game that separates those who are remembered in October from those who fade into the background. The Bronx faithful will be on their feet from the first pitch, and the energy in the stadium will feed the players. It's playoff baseball at its purest. High stakes, tension everywhere, and every swing, every pitch, every defensive play could be the difference between advancing and going home. The lineup will be key. Jazz Chisholm proved tonight why he belongs in the mix. His defense, his base running, his aggressiveness. This is a player who changes games in ways that aren't always obvious in the box score. He sees openings that others don't, makes plays that feel instinctual, and has the kind of speed that forces opposing pitchers to think twice. When a guy like Jazz is on the field, it alters how the entire defense has to position itself. It's the kind of presence that turns tight games into winnable ones. And then you have Ben Rice, whose home run tonight reminded everyone that the Yankees are not just a team of stars at the top of the lineup. The depth, the guys who quietly build themselves into difference makers, are just as critical in October as Judge or Stanton. Rice has grown into a reliable playmaker this season, and tonight he was a major reason New York came out on top. Don't underestimate the role of timely hitting in this series. It's not always about the long ball. It's about situational awareness. It's about coming through when the team needs a spark. Austin Wells delivered that spark tonight, and those moments are amplified in the postseason. A single hit, a well-timed walk, an aggressive base-running decision. It all matters exponentially more when the margin for error is razor thin. That's what makes the difference between a team that folds under pressure and a team that finds a way to win. And then you layer in the pitching. Rodon gave a solid start. Williams shut it down with composure. Bedard closed like a veteran with nerves of steel. It's a combination that fuels confidence throughout the roster. When players know the arms behind them can handle the stress, they can take chances on the bases, they can swing aggressively, and they can focus on executing in critical moments. This is the kind of synergy that only appears in the playoffs, when the stakes are high and everyone understands that every run, every out, every pitch counts. Tomorrow, Schlittler will have his chance to carry that momentum. He's not just pitching for one game. He's pitching to establish himself, to show that he can be trusted in the biggest moments, that he can rise to the occasion when it matters most. The Yankees have been building toward this for years, blending young talent with proven veterans. Schlittler is a part of that next wave, and the way he performs could alter the trajectory of his career. There's a lot riding on his performance, but the ingredients are there. Confidence, skill, poise under pressure. If he executes, the Yankees have a real shot at silencing Boston in front of a home crowd and carrying that energy into the next round. On the offensive side, the Yankees know what works. Aggressive base running, smart situational hitting, and taking advantage of every opportunity the opposing pitchers give them. Jazz Chisholm on the bases is terrifying for any pitcher. He has the instincts to turn a single into a run, to pressure the defense into mistakes. Rice has the power and the patience to turn walks and singles into scoring threats. Wells has timing and discipline that turns small hits into big results. When you combine that with Judge and Stanton, you have a lineup that is dangerous from top to bottom, one that can overwhelm any team if they play smart, aggressive, and confident baseball. The Red Sox will not make it easy. They are a veteran team with experience in high-pressure situations. They have a bullpen that can swing momentum in an instant, and their lineup has enough firepower to punish a single mistake. But tonight's game proved that the Yankees are resilient. They can absorb pressure, fight back when the odds look against them, and execute under duress. They showed composure when things got tense, aggression when it counted, and discipline in the moments that determine October outcomes. That is exactly the type of performance that builds belief, not just for one night, but for the games ahead. The strategy tomorrow will be fascinating. How aggressive will the Yankees be on the bases? Will Boone adjust the lineup to maximize matchups, or will he trust the guys who carried the team tonight? How will Schlittler approach Boston's hitters? Every decision carries weight. One pitch could shift the momentum of the series. One swing could swing the outcome. That's playoff baseball. That's why we love it, why fans lose sleep, and why these moments are remembered for years to come. And the energy of the stadium will matter. The Bronx crowd is relentless, and the fans know the stakes. When Schlittler takes the mound, when the Yankees stride to the plate, every cheer, every clap, every roar feeds into the game. Momentum is a real thing in October, and it can be the difference between a team fighting for survival and a team falling short. This team has proven they can harness that energy, and tomorrow will be a test of just how far that belief can carry them. It all comes down to execution, timing, and guts. The Yankees have the talent, they have the depth, and they have players who rise to the occasion. The pitching staff is prepared, the lineup is battle-tested, and the energy is palpable. If they play the way they did tonight, if they make the plays that matter, tomorrow could be a night that sets the tone for the rest of the postseason. This is the kind of game that defines legacies, where young players emerge as heroes, veterans remind us why they are elite, and the city of New York erupts in celebration. The stakes are high, the pressure is immense, but the Yankees have shown they are ready to handle it. Game 3 is not just another contest. It's the opportunity to seize control, to carry momentum, and to prove that they belong in the conversation for the World Series. Every base, every swing, every pitch is magnified, and the players know it. Jazz Chisholm, Ben Rice, Austin Wells, Aaron Judge, Cam Schlittler. They're all part of this story, and tomorrow they will have a chance to etch their names further into Yankees lore. This is what October baseball is all about. Heroes stepping up when it matters most, decisions that define careers, and moments that fans will remember forever. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers are swirling through the baseball world after a shocking remark reportedly made by Yankees legend Derek Jeter. Sources close to the former shortstop suggest that Jeter, whose name is practically synonymous with New York baseball, didn't mince words when discussing the current state of the team. The comments, described by insiders as blunt and surprisingly critical, have sent shockwaves through both the Yankees fan base and the broader MLB community. While Jeter has always been celebrated for his leadership on and off the field, these recent statements paint a different picture, revealing a side of the iconic player rarely seen in public. Those familiar with the conversation say Jeter expressed disappointment with how the team is being managed, hinting at issues with the front office's strategy and the development of younger talent. Though the exact words haven't been made public, the tone reportedly conveyed frustration, leaving many to wonder if the man who once epitomized Yankees excellence is losing patience with the franchise's trajectory. As expected, the rumor has ignited a firestorm on social media, with fans divided between disbelief, anger, and intrigue. Some see Jeter's critique as a wake-up call for the team, urging the Yankees to return to their winning ways and reclaim the dominance they enjoyed during his tenure. Others argue that no matter the comments, Jeter's legacy remains untouchable, and criticizing the team publicly might not sit well with a fan base known for its high expectations. Baseball analysts are already speculating on the implications of this revelation. Could this mark the beginning of a more vocal Jeter, stepping into the role of outspoken critic, or is it simply an offhand remark that got out of context? The Yankees organization has remained tight-lipped, refusing to comment on the alleged criticism, but insiders suggest there is unease behind the scenes. In a sport where loyalty and legacy are everything, a former star publicly airing grievances, even in whispers, could have ripple effects, influencing management decisions, locker room morale, and even player performance. For now, the baseball world waits with bated breath. Whether this rumor proves to be an isolated critique or the start of a larger commentary for one of the sport's most revered figures, one thing is clear. Derek Jeter's name alone is enough to set tongues wagging, and the Yankees and their fans are feeling the tremors. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.